What's going on, people? It's your boy Kalechi back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the boring Robinhood portfolio. Yes, I call it my boring Robinhood portfolio because not a whole lot of stuff happens in this portfolio. If I'm being completely and totally honest with y'all, it's a boring style of investing that I am doing in this portfolio, doing something called dollar cost averaging, which is where you buy a certain amount of a stock every certain time period. For me, that is every 2 weeks, your boy is gonna buy something worth $50. Every 2 weeks, just like an alarm goes up in my head, $50 gets deposited into this account, and your boy is going to buy something in the stock market. It's dollar cost averaging. And usually it's not just like I'm just buying random stuff. For the longest time, I literally only bought one thing, and that was SCHD. I literally didn't have anything else because there were so many stocks that I felt were overvalued, and I was just like, whatever, I'm just gonna dollar cost average into SCHD. And so for the longest time, I invested most of my money into SCHD. Since then, the portfolio has gotten a little bit more exciting because I decided to invest in Alibaba. And we all know what happened with Alibaba. I mean, look at this thing. This thing looks like a horrible thing. In the last year, the thing is down 44%. However, in the last month, the thing has kind of given us a little bit more action. It's been like, you know what, I like y'all, so I'm gonna let y'all in on a little bit of something and let y'all have some of this money back. And so it's been up about 11%, which is pretty good for us to see. I'm like, it's cool. It's cool. So I've been dollar cost averaging. I know I said at one point that I stopped buying Alibaba, and the reason I stopped buying Alibaba is because it was becoming a very large position in my single stock holdings, and I wanted to slow down the roll a little bit, build out my other positions, and then come back to dollar cost averaging into Alibaba if it remained at the cheap, well, in my opinion, it's very, very undervalued and cheap right now at $169. And so I was like, let me build up some other things so that Alibaba doesn't make up such a massive part of my portfolio. And now I am back to dollar cost averaging into Alibaba. As you can see, after I put some more money into SCHD to make sure that that is where I wanted it to be, I started putting more money into Alibaba again. This company, to me, is still extremely undervalued. There's still extreme upside to this company. So it's going to be interesting to see how this whole thing shakes out and how this whole thing plays out. The other part of the portfolio that I love to look at is dividends, because one of the things that we tend to do when it comes to investing is we only focus on price movements way too much, which that is not how you invest. You don't look at price movement. Price doesn't tell you much of anything at all. So one of the things that I like to look at is dividends. But for the month of October, your boy didn't get paid any dividends. If we look at my dividend tracking over here, we'll see that October is always my lamest month. Look at that. In October, I never get any kind of dividends. Like if you look for every other month, it's like, oh, you get some dividends. April, July, and July I get a little bit. But April and October, I get nothing in dividends, which kind of matches up to the trend, and that's okay. But the point is, sometimes I use dividends as a way to remind myself that these are businesses that are paying me profits. It's always good to have other things and put one or two things in place to make you not just focus so much on price fluctuations and price movements. But anyway, the portfolio sits at $3,458 with an all-time return of 25%. Look at this little change. It was going down. Alibaba was killing me. It was just like, you gonna take the sale today. And then all of a sudden, last month, at the beginning of this month, it just started going back to the positive direction, which we like, even though it started coming back down again. But you know what? You can't do anything about it in the short term. We'll see what happens with Alibaba 3, 4, 5 years down the road. Okay? But anyway, that's all I got for y'all. It's a very quick one this time around, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you loved it, hit that subscribe button. But I'm gonna catch y'all up on the next one. Remember, generosity is always greater than greed. God bless each and every single one of y'all, and I'm out. Peace. Whoosh.